Hello and welcome to our discussion about 5G networks. Today we are at lesson number 3 and we are going to talk about uh, deployment options that we have for 5G networks. So, most widely used deployment option is called 4G to 5G ENDZ. So it is it's kind of most widely used option because, as this indicate, is for stand for EUTRAN, and N is for new radio, which is the 5G network radio, and the EUTRAN is 4G radio networks, and DC mean dual connectivity. So the phone or the handset has to keep two connections and this is widely used because that as you can see, all the existing 4G infrastructure including the RAN and the core network elements still exist in this option, and the operator can bring down the new radio for the 5G and put under the 4G coverage, and then the user can enjoy the 5G services, most of the services. And still the 4G infrastructure is being used, so that the money the invest that put on the 4G is being utilized further, and it will be, and the 5G experience also can be enjoyed by the subscriber. So as you can see, we have the remote unit and the distributed unit and the control unit, which is consist of the element of the 5G radio is acting as a secondary, and our existing 4G networks is still still working as the primary network. So this option also called option 3x. I will introduce what is this means. So this is also known as option 3x for the 5G deployments. So 5G is 5G phone will stay connected to the RR unit and the baseband unit, and connected to the MME. So the control part of the uh, uh, user agent, or maybe for user mobile entity, will be done still by the MME and the PBU. That is why the E come first, because it will be the master. So all the control signal is handling by the 4G, and once the mobile is connected, the data path I will show you how this data path is going to work. Like once you're connected with the network, first the user traffic payload to the internet user bits will be flow via these 4G networks via HDW via PGW, and it will go to the internet. So after that, BBU will interact with the 5G, and then this is the first data path, and then this is the second data path, that then the BBU and the MME will work together, and then user device will use the much faster 5G radio access, and still will go through the BBU and go to the internet, and this is the second phase of the connection. And the finally BBU will further interact with the 5G radio and the control unit, and then user path will be switched directly between the control unit and the SGW and then PGW to the internet. So this is number 3. So these are the final phase, and when the mobile is on the phase 3, it will have fully 5G experience with the control still by 4G MME and the BBU, but the user has a much faster experience than the 4G, and this is why it is called option 3x, because there are 3 phases that our data path will move. Like first it will use the native 4G data path, then it will move to the second phase will be use the radio and come to the 4G radio and use the data path, and final stage mobile will switch to the totally for the 5G RAN, and the connected to the EPC, and use fully 5G RAN services. So this option is very popular because, as I told you before, the existing infrastructure has been utilized, and we are still on the stage of early 5G. So we have more 4G than the 5G. So we take the control, we keep the control with the primary control with the 4G elements, and once we come to the point where we have the 5G coverage than the 4G, we will move this to NEDC, where master will be the 5G RAN. So I hope we have talked about this most common deployment option, and we will see you in the next session. Thank you.